Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're going to be looking at gameplay from Madden 25. I know a lot of people have been playing College Football 25, but a lot of people also bought the MVP bundle, so a lot of people will still be playing both games. I'm also mentioning a lot of people. I don't know what's going on there, but today we're going to be taking a look at this gameplay. Speaking of gameplay, though, College Football 25, first episode of Dynasty will actually be out tomorrow. There was something I wanted to change with the intro, and with this out, it's going to be a little weird timing. So tomorrow, 100%, the first episode of our Dynasty series is going to be up. So be on the lookout for that. But for now, let's take a look at the gameplay and see if there's anything different, see what's going on, and hopefully not be disappointed. If you end up liking the video, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're not new. I appreciate your continued support. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PK Plays. Let's go.
Hey everyone, Greg Olson here, and welcome to the Madden NFL 25 Gameplay Deep Dive. Today, we're talking about Boom Tech, which integrates real-world physics into the Field Sense system, revolutionizing one-on-one tackling to give players ultimate control on the field. Physics-based gameplay in Madden 25 delivers an all-new tackling system, improved ball carrier balance logic, and a reloaded timing-based hit stick, delivering increased gameplay variety and authentic physical outcomes. A physics-driven tackle in Madden 25 consists of 3 unique stages: pre-impact, impact, and post-impact. As a result of the physics behind each one-on-one tackle, the same tackle start animation can produce countless results based on the factors like the combined momentum of the players, the angle of impact, weight, speed, strength, and player ratings. As the defender initiates a hit, you'll see the ball carrier anticipate the incoming defender and brace for contact. Here, the player still has complete control to change direction or perform a skill move like a juke, truck, or stiff arm, which affects the point of impact and resulting action. Upon impact, the system considers various factors like timing, momentum, weight, speed, strength, and player ratings to determine the power and direction of the tackle.
Wait, okay, I have to cut into this. If it actually does factor in weight, that is pretty big.
A smaller defender, like a DB in the secondary or a player with less momentum, may struggle to stop a strong runner who can deflect contact.
That is
and
crazy.
gain
I know
extra
Debo
yards.
does have high trucking in the game, but
On the other hand,
for a wide receiver,
a
but
bigger
still.
defender will stop a smaller ball carrier in their tracks, with little to no forward
Quake
momentum
cooking.
after the point of impact. Physics in Madden 25 informs one-on-one tackling for more variety, dynamism, and control, giving players the outcome they expect on every play. To celebrate its 20th anniversary, we've reloaded the hit stick with a new skill-based mechanic where a player's timing and angle of approach matter. If a tackle is timed too early or too late, its power will be reduced or less effective. But when a hit stick is timed perfectly, plays can be stopped just as fast as they started. New on-screen feedback provides info on hit timing, while UI and sound effects make a perfect hit stick feel that much more satisfying. There's more to physics-based gameplay than just tackling. With the new ball carrier balance system, players will feel physics-driven broken tackles, stumbles, and balance recovery reactions that are also determined by momentum and impact direction. Hit quality, ratings, and the abilities of the players involved, as well as the ball carrier's body position, will result in more variation and realism in the run game. All ball carrier and tackling abilities have been modified to work together with the new physics system, and in some cases, new abilities have been created. For more on abilities, check out the Gridiron Notes blog. In the NFL, blocking at the line is a strategic chess match, and updates to pass blocking provide more control to adjust schemes. In Madden 25, players can choose between 8 pass blocking adjustments before the snap. For the first time ever, visual cues will highlight each offensive lineman's specific target play art, as well as how this will change based on the blocking scheme. Defenders not accounted for will be marked with the Hot Defender icon, so players can decide who to block and who to strategically throw hot off of. New pocket building logic, along with hundreds of new blocking animations, naturally boosts engaged pressure to form the pocket more authentically, so quarterbacks can step up to make clutch throws when the protection is right. Madden 25 introduces brand new catching mechanics and animations that deliver more control at the catch point, more catching variety,
Ooh, I did not like that.
to combine catch types together.
I thought that should have been a drop. Is that a one-hander from behind?
With the all-new spectacular catch button, which provides a larger catch radius, but also increases
what
the
are
chance
we
of
doing
a drop
here?
or pass breakup. With
Fair enough.
this mechanic, players can now modify aggressive, run after catch, and secure catch inputs, providing the ability
what are we
to change
doing?
the catch type mid-animation, which wasn't possible before. These catching improvements give players the ability to pull off highlight-worthy grabs with more control on every button press. To give players more tools as a ball carrier, we've revamped the right stick to further enhance skill move control. A new hezi step combined with the new fake
Okay, that was
logic
clean.
gives players the ability to trigger CPU defender breakdowns. From there, combo new back jukes, spins, cuts, and other skill moves for unique fakeouts that weren't possible before. For added realism both during gameplay and between snaps, we've introduced a variety of signature animations. Unique run styles for superstar players, along with signature pre-snap behaviors from quarterbacks and receivers, blur the line between Madden 25 and the real game. Visible pre-play communication between players will also make the line of scrimmage feel more dynamic and alive, while intelligent adjustments and hand signals change based on the types of plays being called. For increased play calling depth, some of the most exciting new plays from the league have been added to each of the 32 teams' playbooks. A few highlights from last season in Madden 25 include Miami's cheat motion and Kansas City's Super Bowl winning.
Oh, come! What is that animation,
In addition
bro?
to unique plays like these, more route concepts and custom route stems change the length of the initial route for complete hot route control. With the addition of the defensive switch stick, we've introduced a new defensive meta where players can quickly switch their user coverage with a flick of the right stick, adding control while lurking in the secondary on passing plays. And Madden 25 will, of course, include the new NFL hybrid kickoff rules, where players can experiment with the new rules and strategies before we see it in the regular season. Pre-order the MVP bundle to get EA Sports Madden NFL.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're not expecting like them to be reinventing the wheel here, but the one thing I really didn't like, I like highlight plays, I like one-handed catches, but what I don't like is one-handed catches where they don't belong. Like Odell, I get it. Odell a lot of times will one-hand stuff and he doesn't need to, but that was just absurd. He's running away from the ball using his weak, I wouldn't even say weak hand, but considering the angle weak hand, it's a really tough angle to catch that ball at. And then a lot of them, there was a lot of one-handed catches that should not have happened. The knockout should have happened. The DB put his hand in there and it just didn't really knock the ball out. I didn't really like that too much. I think some of the juke move stuff, it seems like broken tackles. We don't know what difficulty they're playing on. They're just straight up playing the CPU anyways, so it could be a low difficulty. But a lot of broken tackles that should not have existed. But, I other than that, which, happens a lot, and once again, could be on a low difficulty, just to highlight, some of the juke moves. It is what it is, right? It's a gameplay reveal. Even for college football, we've seen some quick juke moves, but there wasn't anything like groundbreaking because it's football at the end of the day. So I'm not going to be too harsh, but yeah, some of those one-handed interceptions, I do not want to see one-handed interceptions by, especially some of the players weren't even all that highly rated. Like Odell himself is. I know he's kind of the one-hand guy, but he's not that highly rated yet. We've seen some crazy one-handers in this one. That should have been knockouts or just straight up drops, but they weren't. They definitely weren't. The blocking, they showed some improvements there. I'm hoping that it actually is improved. I don't, if somebody gets a quick block shed, for the most part, from what I've seen in college football, it just seems like the blocking isn't very good in the sense of they give up their blocks quickly. That's fair enough. I just want the guys to engage. Most of the time. And I also don't want the really good linemen to be unbeatable because of their abilities. Most of the time last Madden, you had a guy like, I guess David Bakhtiari, who, doesn't really play much in real life, but 90-plus overall with really good abilities. He wouldn't get beat, but there'd be a lot of times where he doesn't engage in the edge rusher and he'd give up multiple sacks in a game. because the guy would just run around him because he's, I don't know, glitched out, whatever. I don't know why that happens so often. It's usually the tackles that did it. They would just let the guy go right around him. I don't know what that is. If they give up the block because, you know, they get beat by a move, fair enough. But we can't have blocking where they just completely forget to block, or, you know, somebody comes in late and they just don't see him even though they're looking directly at him. That's the kind of big stuff that needs to be fixed, which, I mean, I couldn't really see it looking through. There might have been some of that. Let's take a look. I don't want to see I mean, this is going to be... I'm going to look through and see if there's anything like that. All right, I got to admit, I think I looked through the entire trailer. I skimmed, so I might have missed one, but it looked like the blocking was pretty good. It didn't seem like any, you know, the tackles weren't standing still with a guy running around them, and there was no inside, like, push where the guys just, like, double-teamed the wrong player, and, you know, the run play didn't seem like, you know, there was a tight end just roaming around or anything like that. Didn't get to see any plays where, like, you know, the second level develops and a receiver just misses the second level guy, but... yeah, I mean, it seemed like for the trailer at least there was none of that, which we've seen in previous trailers. You know, I think Corey Linsley was one of the guys, and he's like a really high-rated center in the game, or was, I suppose. Did he retire? I can't remember if he officially announced it or not, but and he just left the guy. But this year's trailer, I didn't see it. Maybe they made it a focus and it's still in the game. But as far as what we can actually see, I'm not going to judge for what we can't see. I didn't see any of those, like, missed assignments, so fair enough. Or I'm looking at the deep dive, and a lot of the stuff is kind of just stuff they showed already, boom tech and, you know, cut sticks. But there was one thing that was interesting at the end, which I know I really like, which we'll get into at the you know, when we get there. But as far as what do we got? All ball carrier visions, tireless runner, stamina reduction has no impact on ball carriers to extra pop, increased chance to create a fumble with a perfect hit stick. Steamroller as a ball carrier, significantly harder to be bumped off current path when running at full speed. The ideal tackle timing window is easier to hit. Form tackler. Okay, that's interesting. Ball carrier, or physics-driven ball carrier balance and recovery system. You know, we kind of seen that already. Signature authenticity, ball carrier revamp. You know, better chaining of moves. But you could see try stacking jukes and spins onto the setup state. Which of course is really cool. It's tough to stop. You know, college football 25, we know right now defense is definitely not the easiest thing to play. But of course, we also have signature pre-play styles. We've added over 200 new signature pre-play behaviors. You'll see 16 unique signature QB sets that includes approach to the line, QB stance, and a variety of mannerisms. You'll recognize Jalen Hurts' low stance, Dak Prescott's road game leg kick, Dak Prescott's QB draw, running out of time. I'm sorry. Okay, I apologize. Of course, you have this, you know, wide receiver styles as well. But here's some of the blocking, pre-snap assignments. Tackle alert guard to edge pressure threat. Center alert guard to join half slide. Center remike versus sub defense. Center alert line to all out blitz look. Running back add to base protection. Will they actually block is the question. Tackle alert full slide. Tight end alert max protect. Halfback empty protect adjustment. Defense alert to same play ran 4+ plays in a row. 4+ plays. Holy crap. Man coverage DB in a mismatch. Teammate communication for mismatch. Defense signals for bunch, trips, jumbo, unbalanced line, etc. Low energy / exhausted defense get to stance. Catching innovation. What do we got? A fourth catching. Okay, spec catch. A fourth catching option on LB/L1 allows you to attempt a one-handed catch. So the fact that we can... okay, so this is interesting. So you can actually physically choose to go for the one-hander. Before, in literally the history of Madden, if I'm not mistaken, it's always been just hold Y, you know, just do, or triangle, do the spectacular catch, which most of the time, if you're coming back to the ball, if I'm not mistaken, is the best way to get one-handers. I remember back in the day doing, you know, one-handed comeback spec catches with Larry Fitz. That was like the most common way to do it. But also we have, you know, different, the classic stuff. As far as blocking, you know, you have half slides and whatnot, so that's new, obviously. Playbooks, you got, you know, new playbooks and plays as the season goes on. You have the new special teams rules. What else do we have? New hybrid kit. I'm not clicking that. Additional updates, though. We have hot route update. The basic route tree will now be available by default, including post and corner. Yeah, I mean, we've seen that in CFB, so smart, right? Because like it's you need an ability to be able to have different route combos is definitely a little like crazy. X Factor and Superstar abilities, knockout abilities. These abilities are now far less likely to knock out catches late, or a catch has been already secure, or if a catch has been secured. A secure protector, we just talked about this, the left tackle. His ability is no longer guaranteed to counteract competing pass rush abilities. It also shouldn't just knock out people without abilities, because especially in franchise where you get a lineman like this that's grandfathered in, they have that ability to start. You basically can't pass rush them, even if you have a really good guy without abilities. Because, there's a lot of leagues like, the online league we use, or even my offline leagues, I don't put on the best pass rusher abilities. Maybe we should, because, that's kind of the whole point. But, you can't pass rush against these guys without abilities. And obviously before, you really couldn't with them either. Unstoppable Force, this ability now performs better versus play action, inside stuff, and no outsiders. These abilities will no longer function if the defensive team uses pass commit. Wait, but not everybody does that anyways, though, right? I think if you double team, it should almost never work in general. Set feet lead and a pass lead elite, reduce pass velocity bonus. That's a big one as well. Obviously, that was, those are some of the biggest abilities in the game, maybe the biggest abilities in the game. Pass coverage improvements, improved rally to the flats to make them react quicker to checkdowns. New cover 3 match check versus non-bunch trips formation called Skinny, which focuses on the backside hook/curl to help on crossing routes coming from across the field. Improvements to base coverages. New zone that does not match called the curl zone and is used on base. Tampa 2 plays that don't include a blitz meant to avoid underneath defenders from matching and getting cleared out easily. Man coverage tuning to improve how defenders read wide receiver cut moves. Defensive RPO defense improvements. Defenders aligned over receivers, i.e. flat and slot defenders, will read their keys and prioritize pass responsibilities over playing the run. Yeah, because most of the time it was hard to defend the run to the RPO. Perimeter defenders will be more aggressive at shedding blocks by receivers. Defensive read and react was tuned to increase box defenders' awareness and reaction to the handoff. But some of the stuff that I liked here, though, is the Gauntlet is back. The return of the Gauntlet. The brand new Gauntlet will put your minigame's prowess to the test with over 100 different challenges, each with their own variability, including bonus challenges, boss levels, and ever-increasing difficulties. The Gauntlet is more than just survival now. It's also about points, precious points. Can you conquer the infinite halls of the Gauntlet? So the unfortunate part is this is probably going to be exactly like College Football 25. They talk about it's also about points, which I think was a really good change because, it was really basically do the cheese thing to get the gold, but now how quick you do it also gives you points, so it's not just about levels. If anything, not getting the points quick enough is going to be not good enough to get the overall gold in the end, and the longer it takes, I imagine the harder the challenges. But yeah, I like the Gauntlet in College Football 25, so even if it is a complete copy and paste, which it probably is, because, they make these games, College Football 25 is going to be a yearly upload or whatever, sale. But they make them every year. Obviously, they're not going to make a completely different Gauntlet, a subcategory that maybe less than 500 people will play anyways. But I appreciate it, even if it is just a complete, copy from 25, College Football 25. But you got Pocket Presence, Pitch Party. I don't know if many people are doing the actual mini games, but the Gauntlet's great. Defensive switch stick, we kind of know about that from College Football 25. Covered shells, custom route stems, new kick meter options. So you have 2 options. If you're going to have the legacy meter in the game, I get it. They didn't want to look, we're copying College Football 25, which why not? Honestly, once again, you're not really reinventing the wheel here. It is a tougher kick system, but, back in the day, there was millions of different kick styles. So obviously everyone's going to use legacy. I might use the new one just for viewing purposes, but there's no reason not to do legacy if you're trying to win games. Updated crowd and sideline reactions. I'm hoping that the crowd actually looks better and the players look real, because most of the time you look at the sideline and they just look like aliens. They're all 120-pound people. New read option, hold to keep mechanic. So we're not making option plays harder on players playing both of them. We've aligned. So, it's going to be just like College Football 25, of course. Everywhere, thank you. Our mission to maximize player control 2 seasons over, so ready for kickoff. So, simply put, that's about it. you know, once again, you're not that's really the highlight of this. You're not reinventing the wheel, but they've added some things that are good. Gauntlet's back, which I'm glad to see. I love playing Gauntlet. It's just, I don't know why. It's just fun. It's just it's a different thing, dude. It's just something new. The boom tech, you know, I really don't feel like there's anything super different with that. You know, in Madden before, you hit that hit stick early, and you were missing the tackle a lot of time. Not even just like missing the guy completely, you know, running right by him, but you know, most of the time they would get an animation break off you. But if you timed it really well, most of the time you would get the hit stick. So I don't know if this is just a buzzword, but I don't really feel like there's anything different here for boom tech. But yeah, some of the other changes, like I said, from the trailer alone, I didn't really see any blown blocking assignments, which is great. The actual one-handed catch animation button is kind of interesting. Wonder how many times I'm going to mess that up and actually go for a one-handed catch when panicking. But that's basically it for the Madden 25 gameplay deep dive. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Are you going to be getting Madden this year? Obviously, I will be, and you know, we'll have a bunch of content on that. I kind of already think I know what team I want to use, but we'll have to see when those player ratings come out, see if there's anything that changes my mind. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, do appreciate getting support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PK Plays Not Madden content. Probably going to be the only upload today with College Football 25 Dynasty Episode 1 tomorrow. Anyways, take care of yourself. But until next video,